Hi everyone, Rena here. Welcome to the Mama Elephant 10th anniversary release. We are at day 5 and are halfway through the product introductions. I can't wait for you all to see the rest. Make sure you take a look at the schedule as Mama Elephant will be posting the special anniversary promotions on the 14th. Today we are featuring Layla letters, and each of the grouping of letters is in 6, and there's a coordinating die that will cut out all 6 letters all at once. Super easy to do. It lines up perfectly, and it's a really fun look so you can customize your own sentiments. Here's a look at the coordinating dies, and you can see that each of them has 6 letters within its grouping, and it'll cut all of that at the same time. For today's card, I wanted to use some of the products that we've seen in the other introductions. So I wanted to color Busy Elves again. I think they're so cute. I also used the Magic Snow cover as my background, as well as the Nicholas cover for the frame. So this is what I did. I had taken out my Bristle Smooth cardstock, which is what I'm coloring on now, and I stamped it out with my Memento Rich Cocoa ink, thinking, oh, I'm going to use my zigs again because they were so fun to use. And for some reason, I ended up using Copic markers. But you know what? I totally enjoyed using Copic markers on Bristle Smooth cardstock. I had never done that before. And also, the Memento ink stamps really nicely on Bristol Smooth cardstock. I think Bristol Smooth cardstock is magical because it totally works so good on the Zig watercolor pens, and the Memento looks really good on it. I think it's because it has like a slight coating on it, and it just makes the stamping looks smoother, I think, because the ink doesn't spread. But I really liked it. The only thing about Bristol Smooth cardstock that I don't prefer is that it's thin. I like using really thick paper. I just like the feel of thick paper. But what I did, I cut out the die cuts again, without stamping it, in the thicker paper that I have, and then I just adhered the Bristol Smooth cardstock images on top of the thicker paper just so the die cut images would have more weight. I'm just speed running through the coloring here. I'm not doing any sort of blending whatsoever. I just did one layer of coloring. So we're going to take out the dies and we're going to cut them apart. As you can see, there is a coordinating die for each grouping of letters, and it's super easy to line up. I had no issues whatsoever. It lines up perfectly. I just wanted you to see how the dies looked. So I chose my sentiment that I wanted to put on the card. So I took out the stamps that had the letters that I needed. So I'm just going to stamp it out. Once you stamp the letter, and after you cut it out, there will be like a thin outline around the letter, and it makes the letter stand out against your card. I wanted to use pink, so I used the Distress Oxide ink in Worn Lipstick, and I stamped it out a couple of times. So before you die cut, you want to make sure that your ink is dry because you don't want to get ink all over your dies. So I'm lining up my letters, and then I'm picking it up with a post-it note. That's how I'll be adhering it to the front of the card. I just like doing it that way because you can put glue all at once. So the background is using the Magic Snow cover, and also I'm using the Nicholas cover frame to frame that out. I really like that slight snowflake detail in the back. Also, I took the insert of the Nicholas cover and I die cut it with the wavy borders, and that is like my new favorite way to make like hills or snowbanks. I love it. So I'm adhering my sentiment first because I know it's going to take up a a lot of space. So that's why I'm doing my sentiment first. And then whatever space is left, I will just jam my images on the remaining space. I was having trouble with my T-square ruler. I mean, well, my T-square ruler is broken. And then also it has like a lip on it, so it wasn't being flush with my die cut. So I'm going to have to get a new one. So once again, I'm lining up the letters, picking it up with a Post-it, and then that way I can put the glue all at once and then adhere it down straight to the front of the card. I decided to use Treat Your Elf. That was the sentiment in the Busy Elf stamp set, and I thought it was perfect. And then I would also use the elf stamps to go along with that. Now that I'm watching this, I realize it's not your, it's yo. So, but that's okay because your like fills the space up better than if I would have used yo. So now we're going to jam pack the images with the remaining space that we have. And so again, with the die cuts, I didn't like how thin the bristle smooth cardstock was, even though I like the end result of the coloring. So I cut out the die cuts again in the thicker paper that I have, and then I just adhered those together just so the die cut has more weight. I like it when die cuts are a little bit more heavy. The card front is done. I'm going to create my card base. I will adhere it, and then I'm calling this card done. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an awesome day. Stay safe, happy crafting, stay cool, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm excited for you to see the new Creative Cuts set that we will be featuring. All right, that is it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.